Hey there guys, and welcome back to another video on my channel. And in this video I'm going to teach you about switch statements. Switch statements are very similar to the if statements, so you can choose either you have to write the if statement or you have to write the switch statement. You can choose any of them. So basically switch statements are important. Say for example, if you want to check like this: if x is equal to 10, do this. Else if x is equal to 5, do that. Else if x is equal to 19, do something else. Else just do something completely different. So in that's where the switch statements run. So for example, if you only want to check if x is equal to different multiple values and do something totally different, you can use the switch statements. So I'm gonna write the switch right now. So I am taking an input in the x, and I'm going to check if that x is something, and then I'm going to print something. So here's how we write switch x. Okay, and then you don't write the semicolon over here. You don't input the semicolon. You insert the curly braces for the switch, and you write case. I'm gonna write case 1, and I'm gonna print. I'm gonna first just write this and then tell you what does this means, so you can get the hang of syntax first. This is 1. Now I'm going to write break, and I'm just going to shift tab it, and I'm going to write case 2. Just going to copy this all, because this is basically the syntax of the switch statement, so I can just copy paste it again and again. That's it. I'm gonna just check for 3's. 2 and 3 should be over here, and I'm gonna print over here x is 2, x is 3, and then I'm going to write something called default, and inside this I'm going to print that x is not 2, not 1, not 3. X is not 2, not 1, not 3. Okay, so let's just quickly run this program. If I input 1, it's going to say x is 1. If I input 2, it's going to say x is 2. If I input 3, it's going to say x is 3. If I input 4, it's going to say x is not 2, not 1, not 3. Okay. And so if I remove these breaks and I input 1, it's going to say x is 1, x is 2, x is 3. See, x is 1, x is 2, x is 3, x is not 2, not 1, not 3. So it basically executed all of these. So if I input 2, it's going to execute this and all of these below this. X is 2, x is 3, x is not 2, not 1, not 3. If I enter 3, it's going to say x is this. So now I'll get into the code. Okay? So first, let me just tell you what this is. We are telling the Java over here that we are going to check our x, and here's how this case 1 means. If x equal to 1, do this. Anything between this case and this break, it will do that. And over here it means else if x equal to 2, and similarly over here it means else if x equal to 3, and this default simply means else do this. So that's why I told you that you can write an if statement instead of a switch case statement. It's your choice. Okay, so it's essentially doing the same thing as these ifs I have written over here. It's checking if x is equal to 1. If it is, it's going to do anything between this break and this case. It's going to do anything between them. If it's not equal to 1, it's going to check if x is equal to 2 now. If it's equal to 2, it will do anything over here or between this case and this break. Okay, and if this x is not equal to 2, it's going to then check if x is equal to 3. If it is, it's going to do anything between over here. If it's not equal to 3, then it's just going to run the else over here. So I'll just to make sure I'll just write it like this. So case 1 basically is the same mean as writing if x is equal to 2. If I write case 2 over here, it will be same as checking if x is equal to 2. But as you can see, it's throwing me an error right now because there are two case 2. So I'm just gonna change this to case 8. So now, as you can see, error is gone. Now it will be checking if x is equal to 2, do anything between this. If x is equal to 8, or if x is equal to 8, simply do this. So I'm just gonna undo this. I'm just gonna write 2 over here and 1 over here to simplicity. So that's what it does. And why do we need break is if I remove this break, what it's going to do is it's going to check if x is equal to 1, not 2 over here, 1. And if any of the case is true, it will evaluate all the cases below it. So if I write x is 1, so now the first case is true, right? Since there are no breaks, it will evaluate all these below it to true and simply run them. So hence you see if x is 1, x is 2, x is 3, and x is not 2, not 1, not 3. So it basically evaluated everything inside this, okay? And if I input 2 over here, this condition will be true, and so now it's going to evaluate everything below it. So that's why you need breaks. So what breaks is pretty much doing is, if this condition is true, this will run, and then this will break out. If this condition is true, if x is if x is equal to 2, that means this case is true. It will run this and then break out of it. And what does this break do is this break will simply take this out of the switch block. So I'll just write it over here. System.out.println. I'm just gonna write present break because that's what I used to explain this break to in C. So what it's going to do is it's going to check all of these conditions. If any one of these conditions is true, say case 3 was true, it's going to evaluate this and then it's going to break out of this switch block to make sure that none of the below statements gets executed. So I'll just show that. If I input 1, the first case is true, this will run, so it's going to print me x is 1, then it's going to break out and print me present break. And as you can see, it did that. If I enter x is 2, it's going to evaluate this condition, this case to true, so this will run and it's going to break out of it. So as you can see, it printed me x is 2 and then break out of the switch statement. So this is how you write your switch statements. You can also have an equivalent if-else if statements to them. It's basically the same thing. So try to do something cool with this switch case statements. We are going to practice in the end of these switch statements, so it's fine if you don't you'll get to practice it with me in anyways, but it's fine. It'll be better if you do something yourself. Okay, so thanks for watching this video, guys. If you have any doubts, please leave them in the comment section below, and thanks for watching this video. Goodbye.